I never wanted to be considered the best. What I always focused on was trying to improve my game and knowing what my strengths and weaknesses are.
Right now, we're in a time that everybody can do whatever they want if they do a good job.
I'm not used to falling flat on my face. I'm trying to achieve a goal and trying to prove people wrong.
So a lot of people see it like it's easy, but nothing is easy. It's still a lot of hard work no matter what.
The drive and motivation I have right now is just that climb to get back to the top.
And I'm on the game basically 24/7, 4 or 5 or 6 hours straight. It's just all dedication.
I never take the credit that Gears, goals, my family, God, fans, I never take the credit out of nobody because they really made who I am.
The objective is to pretty much build a brotherhood. They're playing for the person on their left and the person on the right.
This.
This
is Gears of War. Every single tournament, we go out there and we give it our all.
The objective is to pretty much build a brotherhood. They're playing for the person on their left and the person on the right.
Being at the top, you have this feeling that you're always being watched, like everyone wants to take you down.
I'm on the game basically 24/7. It's just all dedication.
Right now, I'm just living the dream of playing Gears of War. I have no regrets, and I'm here to dominate.
I'm trying to achieve a goal and trying to prove people wrong.
It's about winning.
Let's go, man! Gears of War is unlike any other sport or any other esports out there. The players control the team, and I'm telling you, that causes a lot of drama.
No other sport can compare to the passion and trash talk in Gears of War.
The Gears of War community is definitely a family, one big family. We've known each other since we were all little kids.
The way the older players mentor the younger players, that's something you don't see in any other game.
Even when there wasn't much to play for at these ballroom events and screaming at each other with the same passion as you see today.
No other game or sport has a dynasty as strong as Gears of War. Tom Brady doesn't even have as many trophies as me.
Gears 4 is officially done. I'm so excited for something fresh, something new. Gears 5 is coming out real soon. I want to get my hands on it. I want to compete.
I can't wait to get my hands on Gears 5.
I'm genuinely extremely excited to have a new game to play.
I can't wait to start competing in Gears 5. It's always nice to get a new change, a new fresh start.
We played Gears 4 for a good amount of time, and I can't wait to dominate just like we did in Gears 4.
Gears 5 is going to be the game that proves Mexico has the best Gears players in the world.
Every single tournament, we go out there and we give it our all. Gears of War is not just a game to us. It helps us provide for our family. It gives me opportunity and hope that I could be successful. Gears of War is much more than just a trophy. We are passionate, we're obsessed with this. This is our esport. We play for pride.
We play for legacy.
We play for opportunity.
We play for family.
We play for championships.
We play por pasión.
got to deal with some crazy crap with this dude.
All right, okay,
Playing freaking video games all the time.
All right,
bro.
listen.
This dude is the worst freaking roommate, bro.
Listen.
All right. I love this guy, though. I love this guy. I love this guy.
Listen.
Stop playing.
Why,
I
'cause
love
you
him.
don't sleep?
I'm telling you, bro, this dude used to get me tight, bro. I'm over here trying to study. This dude over here, bro, let's go. Get him. Yo, right, left. What?
Bro, but you understand that's passion, though.
Bro,
You understand.
I get it, bro.
But listen.
I'm trying to study, bro.
They used to
I got
make-
my own passion. You know?
Coming out of high school, you know, I went to college. I went to Buffalo State University, and gaming and just Gears esports in general just blew up. And I was faced with the decision to either continue pursuing school or playing video games full time. They used to make fun of me because I had my setup when obviously he was my roommate.
Yeah.
In college, so I had the monitor, I had the Xbox, I had the headset. You know, I used to make noise, but he didn't understand fully until, you know, he really got into it and he saw what esports was about.
School to me is always gonna be there. You know, I could always go back to it. Gears and esports is a once in a lifetime opportunity, I'm telling you. My name is Yadiel Hidalgo. My gamer tag is Sleepy Time, and I'm a professional gamer in Gears esports. All right, so listen. This is my boy Peterson, Jonathan, Steven. I know him since middle school, and I met these guys in college. Obviously, we were crazy a little bit, but it's okay. Just a little bit. Gears is extremely important to me because it is something I devoted my life to since a very early age. I started when I was 12 years old. Even back then when we didn't play for millions of dollars. Things have changed since then, and you know, I could help my mom out. You know, I help her pay the rent. I take her shopping sometimes. It's just an amazing feeling knowing that your family's happy and they see you doing great things and something different. I am now showing my family that there's other ways because they're really strict and they're old school Caribbean folks, so they wouldn't understand, you know, the life of a gamer, of, you know, playing video games for a living. And it's something new. Even the world is still not open to, but everywhere that you see video games now, you're hearing esports, so is growing. Gears changed my life forever. You know, my life would never be the same.
Let's go, man. They can't mess with us, man. I'm telling you.
I think Gears of War at this point is of my life, at least the half of my life, maybe all. I mean, right now I'm just living the dream of playing Gears of War. Hola, I'm Daniel Velasco Santillana, and I'm a professional gamer for Gears of War. I think the movement and the shotgun and you can chainsaw somebody, that was the best. I swear to God, when I get that gun, I was chainsawing everybody. And we're like, oh damn, like that looks nice, I want to do it again. I think it's that feeling of, I don't think I choose Gears. I actually think that game chose me, making some money, helping the family, stuff like that, but Gears made my dreams come true.
Gears of War to me, it's a game, it's a hobby, it's everything to me. Gears is life. I pretty much owe my entire life to this game, and I'm gonna do everything I can to pay respects and pay my dues. My name is Gilbert Rojo, and I'm the in-game leader for HDGaming. To me, Gears has changed my life in ways I could have never imagined it would. When the Gears 4 Pro Circuit actually got announced, I was about to graduate and I was about to start college, but when they announced that $1 million circuit, and once I saw that schedule, I spoke to my parents about it. I was like, I'm already gonna miss like this amount of days in the first 3 months, so I think I'm gonna take a year off and see where it takes me, and goddamn did it take me far.
When I was a little kid, I turned towards video games because I wasn't like a sports kid where I just loved playing sports, and I wasn't that kind of kid. I just loved sitting inside and playing video games, and Gears of War is a game that I fell in love with at that point in my life, and it's just it's stuck with me. I continue to love it to this day. My name is Justin Kenny, and I've been playing Gears professionally for 7 years. I wake up every day and I think, all right, my job is Gears of War. I feel like that's just not a real statement that makes sense, but this is the position I'm in, and I hope I'm in this position for the rest of my life. Everything that's been going on in my life and that has happened in my life is because of Gears of War, and I'm nothing but thankful.
I started playing Gears of War when I was about 12 years old. It's the game that I grew up on. It's my passion, it's my life, it's my first love, and oddly enough, it taught me discipline, taught me how to talk to people and how not to talk to people growing up as a little kid. It's just always been there. My name is Kyle Mason, and I'm a professional Gears of War player. The Gears of War community is definitely an extension of my family. I've known them since I was 12. I'm 23 now, so it's been a long time. These are my brothers and sisters that I've pretty much grew up with, and we've traveled the world together, so they're definitely another extension of my family.
Back when I was 5 or 6 years old, I used to watch my dad play Gears of War 1, and that was like one of the games that he was hooked on playing. That's all I was watching, and that's the game I got cooked on. My name is Victor Mateo, and I'm a professional Gears of War player. Gears of War is really important to me. That's basically my job. It actually means a lot to me, working and practicing and trying to become the best player in the game.
Hey, what's good, man? What's good? How's it going, man? We just get a large margarita pizza, please?
Give me like 10 minutes.
All right, I got you. If I don't get the margarita pizza, I get this, the buffalo chicken pizza right here with the blue cheese. It's one of the best. I don't know about this, though. That's a little too healthy for me, you know what I'm saying? A little too healthy. But this and this, definitely.
Moving from Puerto Rico to New York, you know, it was a bit stressful, you know, leaving a lot of things behind. Not knowing the language here in the US, I had to learn English. And at that particular time, you know, I used to get bullied in school because I didn't know the language and I couldn't understand people, and I would be pulled out of class to go to these special classes, you know, to learn English.
Yeah, we good.
All right, brother.
Come on, brother. Thank you, bro.
Take care, man.
Okay, la vamos.
I even had a unibrow at the time. So a lot of people used to pick on me because of that. At first, before I learned how to deal with it, you know, I used to get into a lot of fights in school, after school. My mom would have to come up to the school and I would be in detention, you know, because all these kids bullying me and I couldn't understand why. You know, I actually hated my life at that particular time. But, you know, I had family members that helped me get through things.
Hello, how's it going? How's it going? Hi, Denise, what's up, baby? What up, boy?
Thank you.
When we first got to New York, you know, we couldn't afford an apartment, so my uncle gave us a helping hand to stay in a small room, you know. It was me, my mother, and my brother. You know, we were really cramped up. The pipes were leaking, you know, it wasn't the best living environment, but we knew that, you know, that's what we had to deal with because we were leaving a different country and coming to a next one. We all knew that it was temporary and we had to, you know, progress in life.
Thank you. Gracias por la pizza.
You know, at one point, I was doing really bad in school. I remember this in middle school. I didn't walk for graduation. I had to go to summer school. And I remember my mom was depressed that happened because she wanted me to be well educated. She wanted me to do good in school. And I saw how sad she was. And I promised her that when it came to high school, I was gonna do way better. And I ended up graduating with a 93.56 or a GPA for the 4 years. So she was really happy about that.
We are here. This is South Shore, the high school I went to. You know, this is a multi-school complex. So I actually went to the 4th school here on this list, Brooklyn Theater Arts High School. And I still remember this exactly. Like, this is copy and paste. It hasn't changed whatsoever. I still remember the metal detectors. You know, there was a lot of gangs, a lot of violence. You know, I remember a lot growing up through the school, but, you know, it taught me a lot as well. And it's just crazy looking at it right now. It hasn't changed one bit. And I haven't been here for 6, 7 years, so it's been a long, long time. Going to a theater school, you know, Brooklyn Theater Arts, they taught me a lot, how to interact inside groups, how to memorize certain dialogues, how to do interviews. So I actually find it funny that all this comes into play when it comes into Gears of War and traveling to these events with large productions, you know. It's the same thing I used to do in high school all the time, so it ties all together. It was more of not letting my mom down that made me change to a more positive person.
Agua,
Que no, dale, dame, come. Eso te quieren que coma.
agua porque no teníamos para soda.
Ay, Miguel. Miguel.
Un poquito de agua.
This is the funny guy, I'm telling you, this guy is hilarious. This guy is always trying to get me on the healthy stuff. He brought me water, I wanted soda. I wanted some Coca-Cola or something. Yo quería Coca-Cola, Miguel. ¿Por qué me está trayendo agua? Dime.
Esto es mejor que una Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah? This is my mother, and this is my stepdad. We're in the beauty salon right now, just enjoying some food, some pizza, some New York style pizza. Just having a good time, hanging out. Está bien, ma, me voy para la casa. Oíste, tengo que practicar con el equipo.
Bueno, pues está bien entonces. Bye bye.
I love you, mami.
I love you too. Okay.
Sabe lo que. Nos vemos.
Te quiero mucho.
Okay, papi. It was not letting my mom down, as well as boxing. In my early years, me and my family, we used to have a boxing instructor. My uncle, he built a boxing gym in his own area, and we would have our classes there. Even the girls would join us and everything, so it was more of a bonding experience. And I would take out my frustration out in boxing and working out, making myself stronger. That was one of my hobbies back then that helped me through a lot of things through my childhood. Boxing taught me discipline, dedication, hard work, teamwork. I can't even hit it right now. You don't understand. I want to hit it so bad. Boxing definitely helped me shape my mindset and outlook on life. And above all, it definitely boosted my confidence. I was looking great. I had 6 packs. Like, I was feeling on top of the world, you know? Boxing gave me the confidence to pursue my gaming career in the sense of learning English. You know, I was very timid at first, and boxing definitely gave me the confidence to break out of my shell and be this professional gamer that I am today. I'm telling you, I want to hit this bag so bad right now, but these hands cost money. I can't hurt them right now, you know what I'm saying? I can't hurt them. I'm gonna let you rock, all right? I'm gonna let you rock. They'll be pretty mad. This is really heavy and hard, so if I hit this the wrong way sometime, you could have like wrist injuries. You don't want that happening, trust me. While you're playing games, going $200,000, $300,000, you don't want to hurt your hands. You want to put these in mittens, I'm telling you. These hands right here, they're providing for my family right now. The journey I went through to become a professional player, I started when I was 13 years old, and I played my very first title, which was Gears of War 1, right? And I automatically fell in love with the gore of the game, the chainsaw, up close and personal shotgun kills, the people in the live chat, trash talking you all the time, you know. Come on, that's bullshit, man. So I just fell in love with that, you know, and being from New York, we're kind of, you know, we have that little swag to us, and that, you know, we don't take anything from anyone, you know, and that's that type of attitude I have as well. It definitely shows in game when I'm going crazy and killing everyone. It was actually scary at one point that my mom, she thought I was going a little crazy because I would forget to eat sometimes. I mean, she'll have to bring me Chinese food or bacon, egg, and cheese from the deli or something to just eat because I was so addicted to the game. I tell people too, and it's not like, I love my mother, and at first, when I first started, my mom didn't believe in me. She was like,
Parents
oh,
are the
what?
first doubters, bro.
No, for real.
Parents are your first doubters.
The biggest.
Yo,
And they're the
That's a
toughest
fact.
ones to,
My mom-
kind of put aside.
Yeah, my mom, she told me like, oh, you're never gonna win in these. Like, you know, your brother tried it, because my brother went to a tournament one time, but he got destroyed. He got sent home. I think he got last
Then
place.
what happened, bro? Then what happened?
I had to come back and I had to come back and retaliate with
Let
the
me
money.
make it rain.
I won. I think I won $250. It wasn't much, but it was more like bragging rights and stuff like that.
Hey, it's money you made.
Nah, that was like early. Like that was probably like 2007.
Bro,
So-
$250 in 2007?
Yeah.
How
At
old
that
are you?
point,
You
I
like
was
what?
That was
13,
I was young.
12.
Yeah, around there.
Bro, he been
I know
doing.
you bought
He been
yourself some
doing
new
this.
J's.
My friend told me about a website called Game Battles. You know, it was a free website. You could create a clan or, you know, a team. You can invite them and you could play against other teams, you know, and you have a record just like a boxer would have, right? Win and loss, right? So I started there. At first I did lose a lot, I'm not gonna lie, but with losses, you know, you gain experience as well. And my team at the time was called Elite Soldiers. And we had like 12 members and we would get matches back to back, back to back, back to back. We'll play all day long. I didn't leave my house.
Good job, good round. One round at a time. Let's go. Let's keep this up.
At the beginning stages of me turning into a professional player, you know, my English was very poor. So I had to take ESL classes to learn English. And at that particular time, there was this guy, he didn't want to team with me because I didn't speak English. And, you know, that hurt my feelings. Like, I was upset. I was a little bit depressed because I really wanted to be on his team and I wanted to show my skills. But I understood that, you know, communication is also a huge part of the game. So, you know, I practiced every day. It got better. I landed on the team. I actually ended up beating his team, the guy that I wanted to join. And, you know, it just all happened so fast that, you know, I'm just so grateful it did. In those early years, we were just playing for pennies, literally nothing. It was more like bragging rights, you know, oh, I beat you, or I'm good on land. You know, when you go to these actual tournaments, you know, everything changed at that particular time when the coalition took over the rights of Gears and they just threw $1 million circuit. I remember that day. It was the last event in Columbus, Ohio, and they announced it and everyone went crazy. I'm telling you, like screaming, picking up chairs, like, let's go. Because, you know, Gears has always been esports built and filled with personality and a lot of hunger and passion. So when you see that, you have to be drawn to something like that because you feel it. It's real. When it comes to playing for the real money, we're talking about 200,000, 250,000, 300,000. You know, you feel that pressure, you know, especially when you go to a different country, you're playing the game and you're seeing all these people that don't even, you don't even know, you know, just screaming, some people against you, some people with you, you know, it's a lot of pressure and you gotta learn how to tone that down, like mentally, because if not, you're gonna be nervous and you're not gonna play well.
You know, just watching gamers sit there with a straight face the entire time, looking at their screens. I just personally think that's boring. It's not my taste. Not talking trash. Us Gears of War players get judged because we talk smack. Everybody thinks that we fight each other. No one fights. We simply talk trash to each other and we hug it out at the end. That's who we are. So if you don't like excitement, if you don't like shit talking, if you don't like energy, then you shouldn't come. If you're walking into a Gears of War event for the first time, just expect a lot of energy, a lot of hearing of smack talk. Just know that you're in a safe environment. No one's out to harm each other. We're all nerds at the end of the day. We're just vibrant, outgoing nerds. That's all it is. We're just like you.
How did you do that? Oh my gosh! You thought trash talking was just for me? You're the best! You're the best!
Early on in season 1, you know, I put a team together and we were sponsored by Ghost Gaming at that particular time. And they didn't have a Twitter. They didn't have a Facebook. They didn't have a logo. They didn't have anything, you know. It was just a guy that approached me and he offered a few things, including money, obviously, for salary, being a contracted player. You know, we chose to go with Ghost and they were a really good organization. They provided a lot. I was the team captain of that squad. So I was a part of it since the very beginning, you know, and Ghost treated us extremely well, you know. Once they started like stepping up and actually building themselves, they provided so many trips for us, so many activities. We were even living in the Hollywood Hills in Justin Bieber's old mansion, right? It's a $15 million home. We had our own gym, sauna, pool, elevator inside, literally. My room was the studio room that Justin Bieber used to be in, so it was noise canceling as well. It was my favorite room. You know, it was just surreal. And I remember just being out there looking out. I'll see all the nice trees and, you know, the buildings, the houses, the cars, the fancy cars. It was my favorite. There's a lot of things that happen along the way that I never thought could happen in my lifetime. You know, it was an amazing experience.
Yadi has always been on one of the top teams throughout Gears of War. He's one hell of a competitor. I personally never teamed with him before, but from what all like his past teammates have said, they've all said that he's a great person to be around. He's a great teammate to be with. He pretty much always has their back. He's not one of those players who will get tilted and kind of like throw away the game for you. Instead, he's kind of the player who helps like his teammates regain like composure again and kind of get them back on track. Yadi kind of reminds me of Justin, my former teammate, who kind of just does the dirty work, who's behind the scenes.
He's a skilled player that doesn't normally get the respect that he deserves. He doesn't need to get the spotlight. He doesn't need to be made an important player. He does what the team needs him to, and as long as his teammates appreciate him, he'll continue to do like what he does.
He doesn't ever really get the credit that he deserves. Like the people who do the dirty work, like they're never gonna be the star of the team, but every team needs someone to take care of that stuff.
He just does what you need him to, and you need someone like that on every single team.
Whatever team Yadi is on, I know I have to keep an eye on him when we play against them, have some really close matches. It's always a war, and that's really all you could ask for.
Laser tag. You remember that?
I remember the laser tag one.
When we all
laser
went.
tag? Because I think I won too.
Bruh, the one y'all went to. Y'all remember?
Wait.
Me, Shield.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
That? Yo, one time, we go, bro. I get killed, right? I hide him behind me, bro. Like some real
like this,
joint.
like this.
Blocking, son. He's clapping people, boy, in the back.
Look, right here.
Gun on my shoulder,
Okay, first of all, he left out something completely out of the story, though. You're not allowed to do that.
Nope.
Right? So then, once you get shot, right, your vest and laser tag, it lights up, right?
Yep.
And then that means you have to walk back to your spawn, and then you come back out. So he would get shot, he'll light up, but he wouldn't go back to the spawn.
I was. It's not my fault I blocked your way. Yeah, I'm walking to my spawn.
That was the excuse.
I was there with you guys.
That's how we do it.
Listen.
I didn't know y'all were doing all of that.
Listen.
It was, bro.
When you build a team, you know, there's a lot of brotherhood involved because, you know, these are the guys you talk to every single day. You know, you practice with them every single day, just like any traditional other sport. You know, it's the same concept. It's just video games.
A lot of people in the Gears community have teamed with each other before, so there's a lot of chemistry flowing between different people, and they may be on different teams. Sometimes that bond and that friendship never goes away, so that's why you'll see like a lot of players have respect for other players, and they'll still hang out with them even though they're on different teams.
So you build a true bond with them, you hang out, you know, you build that chemistry, which ties into in-game, because the more you like somebody, and you consider them as your brother, as, you know, a great teammate, you know, the better you're gonna play at these tournaments or just in practice in general. You gotta like each other, you gotta gel, because you don't, it's gonna be friction, and then, you know, a lot of snaking goes around. Snaking means that people will talk behind other people's backs to get on the team, and then they'll have somebody drop from a team, you know, so there's always a lot of drama with that. The chemistry and brotherhood is extremely important.
There's a difference between, you know, explosives and then Gilbert. So like I hate explosives because he's very good, but I love Gilbert because he's one of my best friends. I hate Mental, but I love Billy, and I hate Icy, but I love Nick. So there's a difference. It's like we have like our little alter egos, and I'm sure everybody hates critical Kyle, but they love Kyle Mason. The truth is that no team lasts, not even Optic. You know, it's not like they've been together all 2 years. They've made roster changes. So the people that you think you hate, you're probably going to team with them in the near future.
Throughout season 1, Ghost Gaming, we had a 3rd place curse. Like, no matter what happened at these events, we would always get 3rd place. It was 3rd, 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 3rd. But deep down, we always wanted to show that we are that team and we could make it to the next level together as long as we learn through our failures. During the off season, you know, I had my eye on Danny, also known as Identives. He's the king of Mexico. This guy is an aggressive player, fancy, you know, he could do anything on the team. He's such a great player, and we had our eye on him, and Ghost made it happen. When Ghost finally picked up Danny, you know, I was extremely happy being able to play with the king of Mexico. The first month of us teaming was actually a bit rough, I would say, because his English wasn't the worst, but he had to learn a lot of the vocabulary that we use, you know, when we play these maps where we have to know particular call-outs of areas on the maps to, you know, tell each teammate where the enemy is, you know, so he had a lot of trouble with that.
Playing with Yari in the beginning of that team, it was one of the funniest stuff. We used to talk in Spanish sometimes. Está rojo, me pone. See, sometimes he used to say like, Diablo. I was just like making fun of him, or he used to make fun of me.
Me being bilingual and actually going through that early on in my life, it was easy for me to help him, and I understood. And his frustration, let's say in practice, he wasn't doing as well, I would understand, and I got him through that, and I was that mentor and also the team captain there whenever he needed me.
He's just like I would describe it like one of the funniest teammates, and even like in game nice, because he used to direct people good. Like when times got hard, he wasn't the type of guy that will leave.
You know, him being on the team, we had a lot of firepower, a lot of smarts, you know, rotations, the crosses, the angles, you know, just the teamwork. He brought all of that into play. After Dallas, you know, we attended Mexico, right? Which is, everyone knows, it's like the Super Bowl of Gears of War. We were playing out of our minds. We really trusted each other. We worked on all our weaknesses, and it showed in our gameplay and our team's ability to win. In that particular event, we placed 2nd place, which is the first time we ever broke the curse.
Danny, they want you to do it. Just the post game. Tell them we're gonna kill off.
Let's see if he's gonna do it. I did it last time I was out of
All right, then you get my pregame.
All right.
It was such a huge accomplishment because the only other team that we lost to during that event was the #1 team, Optic, you know, and they've been the #1 team for a while, and, you know, having to beat them was no easy task. So I saw that gap as just, you know, a way to keep working hard and, you know, trying to get to that #1 spot. After placing 2nd place in Mexico, trust me, it was not good enough. Now we came from 3rd place to 2nd. There's one more step. It's #1, baby. Leading into Vegas, Ghost wanted us to do a boot camp where we're all together, you know, to build that chemistry, be focused, be tunnel vision, because sometimes at home, you have a lot of distractions. So coming into place where everyone on your team, you know, you're all there, you're all focused, you're all training. You know, we even had a chef, his name was James. He would cook us crazy meals.
I don't know what this is. This is a mushroom, I guess, but I just put it on the plate to make it look good, but I'm only eating this. You know, you gotta make it look like 5-star James. Mira, jugos también, look. This is wait, what is it?
Iced tea with lemonade.
Iced tea, half and half.
It's from Ronald Palmer.
Usually this costs about $5, but chef hooks it up.
Who wants iced tea, man?
It was amazing because, we was eating good and we felt good. We also had a gym on the 3rd floor, and we will go work out every morning, literally at 9:30 roughly, and to get our day started. And then from there, we would go into the theater room, which was our VOD, right? Where we watch footage on other teams. And from there, we'll break down certain strategies, see what the other team is doing, how to take that away from them, what counters could we do, so we all came together, and we also made a strat book, right? The strat book is, in other terms, is also a playbook. And the strat book is basically a book of strategy and guidelines of what you need to follow to make sure you win. So we made a strat book together, and we review it at the event, before the event, anytime, basically, any free time, we would review the book. We show up in Vegas, we're playing out of our minds, literally playing so smart, using our teamwork, using our angles, we're really picking apart all these teams. That whole event, we had some close matches, but we pulled through. We beat every single team, and we went into grand finals. We were hyped, we carried that momentum, and we won it all. When I tell you, it was the most amazing feeling in the world. I couldn't describe it. I almost cried, literally. When I look back and I see my emotion on my face, I didn't even know I looked like that. I had veins, literally teary-eyed, just holding up that trophy was such an amazing feeling, and it's something I will never forget because I'm a winner, and no matter what happened in my life, I stood positive and I kept going forward, and I accomplished something I always wanted to. Listen, at that particular time, I kissed Danny on the cheek because I was filled with emotion, and he was playing out of his mind too. I just wanted to give him some affection, like, yo, you're my brother, bro, I love you. We won this together, and it was a lot of hard work, so it was a great thing. Even though the win meant a lot to me, it was actually funny because even after winning, I thought I would stay on top of the world. But once I settled back home, that thought kind of went out of my head, and I just wanted to win again and again. Like, I never wanted to go back down to the level I was previously at. I wanted to stay at the top, and staying at the top is not an easy task because everyone is trying to take you down. So it's a lot of pressure still, to keep performing, still working hard, practicing. It's a lot of pressure at that top level.
You're not feeling this. This one, he'll do your math homework in 3 seconds.
All day.
You see the glasses?
What? He was a geometry tutor.
Call him professor.
Stop playing, bro. I take these off. You already know, bro.
You mean business after that.
How y'all end up being roommates, though?
I mean,
we had every class together, bro. Every class. This is the first dude I met in college, bro.
The first dude?
First guy, bro. I come up to the line.
Oh, yeah.
We was always in the line, and I had these 2 big-ass luggages with me, and I had to take him upstairs, right? I asked this guy right in front of me, yo, bro, you can watch his luggage for me real quick? You know what he tells me? Dude's like, yo, bro, I'll watch it for you, but I ain't guaranteeing it's gonna be there when you get back.
I'm telling you right now, I don't know what he had in there. If he had some Jordans, I'm a businessman at the end of the day. This business also has an ugly side, You build a lot of connections, a lot of chemistry with someone, and you go your separate ways. It's like, all that time, all those memories are kind of like just in the past now, and then you just have to keep moving forward.
The thing with the old Ghost in North America, it was like everybody could see it. Like, we were like good, but we were inconsistent. Everybody used to say that, even the IGL of Kim. He's right. But the thing is, you're talking about inconsistent, but at the same time, you're not doing nothing about it. It was a game team. I even yelled rushed it, but something that I still wasn't good, but I was just annoyed by everything that happens, but I wasn't annoyed with him. After that, I go back to Cali. And the next day, I was there with him. I was chilling with him, literally seeing. I was like, yo, tomorrow we're gonna go back to practice. Like, yo, when you gonna come here and we're gonna be roommates? I was like, nah, yeah, I'm pulling up. And then one day after, he told me that he's getting dropped, his daddy. I'm like, what is happening? Like, what's going on? After everything that happens, then come to us. I just told him, like, this is not working. This is not should be the form that we doing. I don't want to get in a situation that I know the problem will still be there. Then give me an offer. They told me they told me they take that team, take a Latin American team, or we will be gone. So I had to think about it because I was just talking with Yari that I will team with him. Days later, they tell me to go to the office. I went there and I told them, like, I will get the Latin American team.
Losing Danny as a teammate, it was a hurtful thing. I didn't just lose Danny, I also lost Ghost. So at that particular time, my mind wasn't all in the right place. I was trying to figure out many different things, and not having an organization for a few months too also took a toll on me. It's essentially losing your job. I have a lot of people depending on me, especially my mother, my family. When you have so many bills and so many things to take care of, that you kind of lose yourself and you go crazy in your own mind, like, what do I do?
Losing an org can be very devastating. The people that sponsored you believed in you at first, and then they let you go, and it's kind of essentially them saying, like, we don't want to invest anymore into you. And not just me, but just, everybody on the team. Rebuilding for me after losing an org, all I got to do is just keep positive and keep doing what I've been doing since I was a little kid. Put in the work, be dedicated to my craft, getting better every day.
The first few weeks, having someone missing from that puzzle that you once formed, it's never going to be something you just easily brush off. The first few weeks was extremely hard for me in the sense that, practice, having a new teammate, not having him around, knowing the game, knowing how I play, communication-wise, having to teach someone new all his spots, that he was so great in. It was extremely hard, He was my brother. Anytime you lose someone that's really special to you, it could be a friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, like, it's all the same feeling to me when I lose a teammate, when I lost Danny. When you're so used to, for like almost 2 years, seeing that same person over and over and over, and heading into work, talking to him, when things are not going well, or even outside of the game, if something is just happening in his own personal life, he could easily call me, hey, what's up, man? What's on your mind? And I would get him through that, or he'll get me through things too, So you build a bond, a brotherhood with these teammates, and it's really hurtful, but that's life, and you gotta keep going forward and stay positive, that's all. Last Mexico, our main stage, I said something in Spanish to him. I told him, no te olvides quién fue tu capitán. Don't forget who your captain was. But the way I said it was like fighting words, like on stage. And I told him that so he can know, like, yo, because we were going face to face for top 3. So when I told him that, he understands that, like, my switch just turned on. Like, okay, Yadiel, the person that's your brother, but Sleepy Time is out to kill you. It sucked that we had to part ways, but in those hard times, I went back to my roots, especially with boxing early on, it showed me to stay focused, stay determined, work hard, and be passionate about everything you do, And even though there was a lot of negativity in my life at that particular time, I still remember all those because that's what I'm composed of. So I'm not really built to break. Esports, it is something different. To have a legitimate income from gaming, it's a blessing. There's a lot of people that I explain this to that I have a hard time explaining to, that I make money playing video games, and more importantly, I do it from home. 90% of my time, I'm usually home playing, streaming. But the other 10%, I'm either traveling somewhere. So a lot of people see it like it's easy, like, oh yeah, man, like You're traveling, you're doing what you love. You know, it must be easy, but nothing is easy. It's still a lot of hard work, no matter what, even if it's just a video game, because to be at that level that we are, there's a lot of time having to be put into the game. A lot, countless of hours. I can't even start how many hours. You need to grind every day. The traditional society, you know, you have to go to college, you have to get a degree in this field or that field, you know, and I chose to go a different route. It wasn't the easiest route to go to, but I made it happen. It's extremely important that I continue supporting my mom, myself, my family through esports. She made us feel, even though we was poor and, you know, we didn't have that much money, that we were still rich in terms of many other things. She always provided for me and my brother no matter what. You know, she made sure we was good. So now that I could return that favor, of course I'm gonna go all out in my mother, help her with rent. If she wants to go shopping, she wants to go on vacation, she wants her bills paid, she don't need to worry about anything. I will provide and I will pay for it, like a good son will, right? I'm coming to help you, stay alive, stay alive.
This guy, one time, he blessed me with his headsets, right? He had got some new ones. I thought I could get into the gaming, bro. I gave him for like 2 months, bro.
You thought you were Gucci.
He put it on. You thought he was gonna get killed.
Nah, going deaf, bro. I played for like 20 minutes. I'm like, nah, get out of here, man.
You hear all the footsteps.
Everything. It's annoying, bro. I don't know how you do it, son.
I mean, I've been doing it for almost 12 years, so it's like...
12 years?
Yeah, not a little
It's
much.
been that long?
Yeah, it's been a long time, but it kind of, like, I never knew it would amount to this, or like, you know, I would be a pro gamer, I'd be traveling. I didn't think so, but it just kind of happened.
You know what we realized about dreams? We should have just dreamed bigger.
I'm telling you.
You think you know, but then you realize, yo, I didn't imagine this.
My son Peterson is woke. You
feel me? Say it again for the people in the back.
That's a fact, bro. And like me and John were talking about, it's all about consistency, bro.
Yeah.
The reason you're where you at now is because of consistency.
That's a real fact.
You took something that you weren't sure it was gonna take you, but you just passionate about it.
Yo, my teammates are blowing up my phone right now, bro.
Oh, you get calls?
I got a big set.
You know it is, man. Work hard, you feel me? Speaking of which,
hold on, I'm gonna tell him I'll be on soon.
Just like boxing, when you get bruised up, you get beat up, you get knocked down, the same thing applies to Gears of War. When you go through roster changes, when you go through drama, when you go through failures, when you go through bad placings, good placings too, you got to stay focused and positive and keep going forward, because that's the only way to make it out. Whether I'm in the ring or on main stage, I'm always confident. I'm always myself. I'm never scared of nobody. No team, no competitive can ever get in my head. You know, I'm myself. I know what I bring to the table. I've had the taste of winning, you know, and it felt good. I'm not gonna lie, it felt good, but it's not enough. You know, I gotta do it again and again and again, because a one-time champion doesn't have a ring to it. You need to be a 2-time, a 3-time, 4-time. That's when, you know, you really could do it over again and you're consistent and you're at the top of your game because you're consistently doing it. So I want to prove that to everybody, and everyone will see. How far am I willing to go to win again? I guess we're about to find out.
A brotherhood has been around for centuries and forever, since before gaming was invented. Just someone that you die for and do anything for and tell your secrets to, and then they have your back through everything in life. When you have that with 5 people, which is hard to find, you know, you end up becoming successful because everybody's, you know, playing for more than just themselves. They're playing for the person on their left and the person on the right.
Even that you don't love somebody, you will still have their back. Like something happening, you're in the same team, you will have their back.
The brotherhoods aren't easy to find, but everybody's looking for them.
You have to grow that bond over time. You know, you have to give it time to get better and better and better, no matter how many failures you have.
I was kind of growing distant. Those arguments led to us like kind of having outside of game turmoil.
We just weren't playing good as a team.
I knew I was getting dropped. I'm not gonna get into it, but things were said.
People would talk behind other people's backs. So it's always a lot of drama.
You gotta be passionate and smart to win championships.
I felt betrayed. I was sad. I didn't know what to do.
I do not regret it. I just wish some things could have been different.
They can think what they want, but I know deep down they know that I'm right.
Actually, like, happening. I didn't break down. I was just like, damn.
I think it's a brotherhood, but it's a really fragile brotherhood.
Or they're amateurs or they'll never be pro, and we've been to the top.
I always wanted to be the first one to bring them a team championship.
The main thing right now in esports is you're never really guaranteed a spot.
These guys have a mental block against Optic.
You could wake up tomorrow and all of this is gone.
My mom started getting really supportive in like Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Her first Gears of War tournament was her 41st birthday, actually. After every round, I would just never forget like my mom talking trash to the other team, which was funny. Everybody seemed to love her. It was just almost like she was just like a part of like the whole family and stuff. She loved every bit of it.
Him and his mom they were this close. Like they were the bestest of friends. And it honestly just breaks my heart talking about it right now.